Okay, this is from Croy chapter 25 from the New Testament sentences. This is the fifth New Testament exercise, and it's Mark 11:18. So the Greek says, kai ekusan hoi archieres, kai hoi grammates, kai edzetun pos auton apolesosen, ephebuntagar auton. Much of this sentence is pretty straightforward. There's one thing that I really want to zero in on, but just to look at the first clauses, and the high priests and the scribes, that's what we're practicing. These are our new type of third declension nouns. The high priests and the scribes, ekusan, simple aorist from akuo, they heard. Kai edzetun. What is edzetun? This is from zeteo. It is an epsilon contract verb, which means the tense we're looking at is not aorist, even though it has that augment. It's actually imperfect. How do we know it's imperfect? Because it's from the first principal part. So we add an epsilon, we have zete, we add our imperfect endings, and they contract to edzetun. So the high priests, the chief priests and the scribes heard, and they were seeking, next phrase, pos auton apolesosen, how they might destroy him. Let's break that down. The tricky part's the verb. The principal parts of this verb, apolumi, apoleso, apolesa. One thing you really have to know to make sense of that aorist, apolesa, is that this happens to be a contract verb. So it's apo and alumi. And I realize we haven't had me verbs yet, but just trust me, it's apo and alumi. Why is that relevant? You know why it's relevant. It's because the temporal augment comes in after the prepositional part of the compound verb. And why is that relevant? Because when we de-augment, we're going to take an epsilon out of this part of the verb, and that omega is going to shrink down to an omicron. So the aorist stem is apoles. Let's bring in endings that would get us an osin. These are our subjunctive endings, o, ace, a, omen, ate, osi. So apolesosi is the aorist, active, subjunctive, how they might destroy him. What type of subjunctive is it? It doesn't have it's not following a hina clause in order that. So you have to go through our list of possibilities, and the only one that will really make sense here is deliberative. They were saying to themselves, how might we destroy him? And that direct speech comes into indirect speech and preserves the mood. They were seeking how they might destroy him. Gar, for, ephebunta, they feared him.